Good evening, welcome to the Nakuru TV News Roundup on Thursday, the 22nd of March 2018. This is Alice Ashwin Morethi. Nakuru Governor Lee Kenyajui declined to sign a bill that sought to create the 2 billion word development kitty. The 78-member assembly had unanimously passed the Nakuru County Revenue Allocation Bill in January this year, touting it as the most progressive bill to fight runaway poverty at the ward level. The MCAs were eagerly hoping to get at least 25% of the county's annual development funds to initiate their preferred projects in their wards through public participation. At least each of the 55 wards in the 11 sub-counties would have been allocated between 20 million and 40 million in the next financial year if the bill had become law. National Bank of Kenya Managing Director Wilfred Musau has denied claims made by Asante Samantha Luku, a female employee who accused him of sexual assault. Musau filed a replying affidavit in a court case in which he accuses her of blackmailing him after failing to secure a promotion. The bank, which is listed as the first respondent in the case, also filed a response yesterday explaining it handled the matter internally before it was escalated to court. The affidavit was filed by the bank's Human Resource Director, Rogers Munguni. In his defense, Musau says in court documents that Luku did not fully explore internal mechanisms at the bank before taking the matter to court. He particularly questioned the motive behind the dissemination of information through various media, including social media. In her suit, Luku accuses the bank managing director of assaulting her after declining his sexual overtures, which he was using to intimidate her before she could get promoted. More than 200 buildings have been earmarked for demolition by Nairobi City Hall, terming them unsafe for occupation. A further 688 structures will be inspected. Nairobi's Governor Mike Sonko said that an audit on building conducted by the Nairobi City Inspectorate Department revealed that several buildings need urgent inspection. The audit was conducted between January and February this year. The governor said that its preliminary investigation showed that only 884 structures are considered safe for habitation and some 471 houses are unfit for occupancy and warrant critical inspection. Yesterday, City Hall demolished substandard buildings in Zimmerman and Roysambu following the rise in collapse of buildings in Nairobi. According to the Building Inspectorate at the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, several buildings in Nairobi are unsafe for occupation. The government owes millers and transporters a total of 7.6 billion accrued from the concluded full subsidy program. Agriculture Chief Administrative Secretary Andrew Tumur said the money has been factored in the supplementary budget and millers will be paid once it has been approved by Parliament. Millers argue that their activities have been paralyzed as they are not able to stock maize. The second supplementary budget is still with the Treasury and is expected in Parliament next month, according to the ministry. Facebook's boss, Mark Zuckerberg, has apologized for the mistake his company made in handling data for 50 million users after an expose involving political consultancy firm Cambridge Analytica. In an interview with CNN, Mark says that it was a major breach of trust and he was really sorry it happened. The chief executive promised tougher steps to restrict developers' access to such information. Facebook is under intense government scrutiny in Kenya, Europe and United States after a whistleblower allegations that Cambridge Analytica improperly accessed user information to build profiles on voters and influence elections.
So this was a major breach of trust, and I'm really sorry that this happened. We have a basic responsibility to protect people's data, and if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people. So our responsibility now is to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And there are a few basic things that I think we need to do to ensure that. One is making sure that developers like Alexander Kogan, who got access to a lot of information and then improperly used it, just don't get access to as much information going forward. So we are doing a set of things to restrict the amount of access that developers can get going forward. But the other is we need to make sure that there aren't any other Cambridge Analyticas out there, right, or folks who have improperly accessed data. So we're going to go now and investigate every app that has access to a large amount of information from before we lock down our platform. And if we detect any suspicious activity, we're going to do a full forensic audit.
Thank you for watching the Nakuru TV News Roundup. I am Alice Ashin Mureithi. Have a good night.